I'm about to buy one of the best Seiko releases of the last 5 years. I've got 2 colorways to choose from, and guess what? The wife's gonna choose it. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. So I've been wanting to purchase this Seiko for some time. In actual fact, I did the review of it almost 3 years ago, and it was everything I wanted in a Seiko. Decent affordability, great rugged looks, great size for me, with an added complication that was new to Seiko at that time. Yes, it was actually a GMT function. It was the 4R34, and it was quite a big deal for the affordable watch market in 2022 when it first released, because if you were looking for an automatic mechanical GMT, prices for those watches were hovering around the £1,000 mark. But as I said, in 2022, when they released the SSK 001, the brand could offer us a Seiko 5 with a GMT complication. Micro brands were also able to purchase that movement to put in their watches, making the GMT complication much more affordable now. Now, very recently, Seiko have released another version of the watch that I'm very interested in buying, but with a different coloured dial. And it's one that a lot of Seiko fans were asking for, and it's given me a little bit of a problem. Do I buy the watch I loved and reviewed a couple of years ago, or do I get this new one with this different dial colour? Well, I thought it would be fun, to give the overriding decision, to my wife. Is she going to pick the older one, or is she going to pick the newer one? And am I going to be happy about that? But before I show you the watches, I have to tell you about today's sponsor, who are Francis & Gay Jewelers. Now, you guys are going to be very excited about this, most of you around the world, because if you go on the Francis & Gay website right now and see a Seiko you like, if you type this code in at checkout, you will get 15% off. I mean, do I help you out, or do I help you out? So after this show, take a look on their website and see what awesome Seikos you can have at an amazing price. Right, I think it's time we show you the watches. Introducing for you the SSK 023 and the SSK 059. 2 absolutely awesome field watches, rugged and ready for action with a GMT complication. Now, the looks of these watches are so right up my alley, I might as well just pitch up a tent and stay the night. But essentially, these are absolutely identical watches, with the only difference coming in the dial. The original with that black matte dial, and the polar, which a lot of people were asking for in the Seiko forums. Full 316L stainless steel case and bracelet, 39.4mm in diameter, 47.9mm lug to lug, 13.6 thick, and a very strapaholic lug width of 20. Now, yes, with these watches comes a very cool 5-link bracelet, solid end links, with a pretty big clasp, it had to be said, almost a dive style clasp. But the watch I do eventually get, oh, I'm going to get that on so many straps, it's unbelievable. From rubber to nylon to possibly leather. These watches are so versatile, so easy to wear. This is a watch I'm going to have a lot of fun with, pairing it with all sorts of straps. Few people complain about the Hardlex curved crystal, that it's not sapphire. With Hardlex as well, you don't have AR coating. And I guess when you take this watch outside, like I have done here, you really do notice it. And its saving grace is the fact it's a military style watch. However, the white dial, take a look at this. Legible at some angles, other angles, the dial completely disappears. And really, that totally goes against what a field watch should be. It should be highly legible in all sorts of lights, at all sorts of angles. And unfortunately, it lets it down a little bit in the sunlight, which is a bit mad, really. Because looks-wise, in the right light, it looks blooming good.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
So no screw-down crown, a screw-down exhibition case back, showing off that lovely 4R34. It's not the most attractive movements of all time, is it? Let's face it. But Seiko do like to show, I know, prospective buyers that maybe aren't into watches that much, that you can get timepieces that don't need batteries, which is, if you think of it, pretty special, isn't it? And on that 4R34, it's a 3 hertz movement, sweeping away at 21,600 beats per hour, has 41 hours of power reserve, and is what they call in the watch industry as a caller or office GMT, meaning you can independently move the GMT hand without moving any other hands. Now, being an owner of a Rolex Explorer 2 that has a true GMT complication, I've got to be honest and say, I prefer an office GMT. Why? Because of the quick set date. Knowing I have to move the hour hand around the dial twice every time to skip one day in order to get to the date I want, it's a little bit annoying. So that's the great thing with an office GMT. Plus, I have to say, the wind of this 4R34 just feels a little bit different to a 4R35. I can't really explain it, but it feels a bit more mechanical. I like it. I can feel the cogs. I can hear the cogs turning a bit more, and I do appreciate that. But for me, an office GMT, it's a win-win.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, these watches, they look awesome, don't they? They're not sized yet, obviously, because I haven't chosen, or the wife hasn't chosen one yet. The only negative in the wearing of this watch, possibly the thickness, but it is just something to get used to. You know, 13.5 millimeters thick. You know, it's not the thickest in the world, is it? And I have to talk about legibility again, because outside, which is where I shot the watches today, with that polar dial, you just completely lose sight of the time. You can't see the hands anymore, the indices, the numerals become invisible. A lot of other field watches out there with polar dials have black outlines around the numerals. When it comes to the loom, the numerals aren't the things that are loomed. It's the markers just behind them on the dial, which in the dark, both look exactly the same. So I am edging more towards the black dial than the white dial. Can you tell? And before I do reveal which one the wife has chosen for me, tell me in the comments below which one you would choose, or which one do you already own? So we've reached the summit of this show and of this walk. It's quite cool, isn't it? I've reached the top. Knackered now. Which watch did the wife choose? It's a bit of a tongue twister. First of all, let me take you back to 2.5, 3 years ago when my wife gave her first impressions of the black dial watch. Looks like a Lego bracelet. Like the colouring of the hands against the dial. Quite like the face, but the strap lets it down. Yeah, so nothing to write home about, but still. Now, when I gave her the white dial version, she said it reminds me of chalk. I think she's meaning the dial, you know? Really wasn't anything else to her review, to be honest. Just chalk. But which one did she choose? And which one was I going to buy? Are we ready for it? Drum roll. Anyone? No? She chose the black one. Yes, the SSK 023. And to be honest, I could not be happier. This is the one I wanted all along. And it was what the watch looked like on your wrist outside that sealed the deal for me. A proper, true field watch should not have a dial that gets lost in the light. So the watch has been sized and it is now on my wrist and I absolutely love it. I have to be very picky these days with the Seikos I have in my collection because, well, one, I have too many, but two, I don't really want to double up on the style of Seikos that I have because I just won't wear them, or I'll wear them half as much as I did before. Although I do have other Seiko GMTs, this one's a rugged one. This one is going to take a beating and going to be used for a lot of, I don't know, walks like this. You know? Beautiful. Anyway, thank you so much to the wife. I've got a new watch. The SSK 023 is finally in my collection after 2.5 years of loving it, and should have got it sooner, but still. Thank you so much to Francis and Gay for sending me these 2 watches for me to test out. And remember, if you want to get a good chunk of change off your next Seiko purchase, MWC 15 at checkout. Thank me later. But to everyone that has watched till the end, thank you so much, you lot. Does mean a lot to me. We've got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show like this wonderful lot. Look at them. They are phenomenal. My favourites. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, why don't you check this one right in front of me? This is good. Seiko, we do love you, don't we? Seiko. Go on, click it. You'll love it. Go on, click it. Come on, click it. Come on. I do feel lost, actually. I am a little bit lost, but so I'm going to have to turn off just to try and find my way back home. It's all right. It's fine. I can hear people. Go on, click it. Click it. Click it.